Picture this: the crowd roars, the adrenaline surges, two titans clash in the center of the octagon. This isn't a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster, nor is it a gladiator spectacle straight from ancient Rome. This is the ultimate fighting championship, more commonly known as the UFC, where the thrill of the fight is as real as it gets. The UFC isn't just a sport, it's a spectacle, a test of will and skill, where the world's most elite fighters converge to prove their mettle. Since its inception in the early 90s, the UFC has evolved dramatically. It started as a no-holds-barred contest to determine the most effective martial art. Boxers squared off against wrestlers, karate practitioners against jiu-jitsu experts, each fight a thrilling clash of styles. But as the years rolled on, so too did the evolution of the fighters. No longer were they specialists in one discipline, but rather well-rounded warriors who could box, wrestle, kick, and grapple with the best of them. This evolution has made the fights even more exciting, more unpredictable, and more spectacular. But amidst all the takedowns, submissions, and strategic chess matches, there's one moment that stands alone in its sheer excitement and brutality: the knockout. A punch, a kick, a knee, delivered with such precision and power that it shuts down the opponent's senses, leaving them unconscious on the canvas. It's a moment that leaves the crowd stunned, the victor exalted, and the vanquished in a daze. It's a moment that encapsulates the raw, visceral thrill of combat sports. It's not about the violence, but rather the culmination of strategy, skill, and physical prowess. It's about that split second where everything aligns: the timing, the distance, the power, and the fight ends in an instant. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of the knockout. It's a testament to the skill of the fighter, the unpredictability of the sport, and the sheer thrill of the fight. In this dance of combat, the knockout remains the most dramatic and brutal finish. A knockout is not merely a display of raw power, it is a testament to precision, timing, and strategy. It's a ballet of brutality, a symphony of savagery that unfolds in the octagon. It's an art form, a science, and a testament to the human will. The knockout punch isn't born in the ring, but in the relentless grind of the training room. It's forged in sweat-soaked gyms, where fighters hone their skills, sharpen their instincts, and prepare themselves for battle. It's in these sacred arenas that the raw power of a punch is married with the strategic nuances of the fight game. Training is the crucible where the fighter's instincts are molded. It's where they learn to read their opponent, anticipate their moves, and react in the blink of an eye. It's a dance as old as combat itself, where every feint, every jab, every hook and uppercut is a calculated move in a deadly game of chess. But a knockout isn't just about training and instincts. It's about seizing the moment, about making that crucial split-second decision that can make or break a fight. It's about finding that opening in your opponent's defense, about spotting that tiny window of opportunity and exploiting it to devastating effect. Every knockout is a story, a narrative of triumph and defeat. It's a moment etched in time, a snapshot of raw emotion and primal power. But behind that moment, behind that knockout punch, lies a tale of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. A tale of countless hours spent in the gym, of blood, sweat, and tears. A tale of a fighter's journey. And so, a knockout is more than just a punch. It's a masterstroke, a perfect blend of strength and strategy. It's a calculated move, a tactical decision made in the heat of battle. It's a testament to a fighter's skill and prowess, a symbol of their dominance in the octagon. A knockout is a masterstroke, a perfect blend of strength and strategy, a testament to a fighter's skill and prowess. Now let's delve into history and revisit some of the most jaw-dropping knockouts in UFC history. The world of UFC is laden with countless moments of shocking surprise, where the tide of a match was turned in a split second. These are the moments that have left spectators breathless and have become etched in the annals of UFC history. Let's rewind to the early days, when the octagon was still a burgeoning stage. It was the year 1995, UFC 7, when a single punch from Marco Ruas to Paul Verhoeven's left the latter sprawling on the canvas. This knockout was more than a win, it was a statement. It showed the world that UFC was not just about brute force, but also about the precision and timing of a well-placed strike. Fast forward to 2004, UFC 48, where Tim Sylvia's towering presence was brought down by a devastating right hook from Frank Mir. This knockout was a testament to the fact that in UFC, no one is invincible. It was a reminder that every fighter, regardless of their stature, is just one punch away from defeat. Then, we cannot forget the year 2009, UFC 101, when Anderson Silva's front kick stunned Forrest Griffin. This knockout was a masterclass in technique and agility, showcasing Silva's exceptional skill set and solidifying his place as one of the greatest fighters in UFC history. In the year 2016, UFC 207, the world watched in awe as Amanda Nunes defeated Ronda Rousey with a series of rapid-fire punches. This knockout was not just a win for Nunes, but a victory for all women in the sport, showing that they too could dominate the octagon with their power and finesse. These knockouts are not just moments in a fight, they are milestones in UFC history. Each one has left a lasting impact on the sport, changing perceptions, pushing boundaries, and redefining what it means to be a fighter. These are the knockouts that have shaped the UFC we know and love today. The power behind a punch is not just about brute force. It is about technique, timing, and the will to win. In the brutal ballet that is a UFC match, the knockout punch is the crescendo, the final note that brings the audience to their feet. It's a dance of power and precision, where a split-second decision can mean the difference between triumph and defeat. But what exactly goes into that decisive blow? Well, it's a fascinating blend of science and sweat. Firstly, let's talk about force. A punch is not just about the strength of the arm. It's about the whole body working in unison, the legs, the core, the shoulders, all contributing to that explosive release of energy. It's a symphony of muscles, all playing their part to deliver that knockout blow. Then there's speed. The quicker the punch, the less time the opponent has to react. A well-trained fighter can deliver a punch at astonishing speed, catching their opponent off guard and leaving them reeling. But force and speed alone aren't enough. The most powerful punch in the world won't help you if it doesn't connect. That's where technique comes in. It's about knowing where to hit, when to hit, and how to hit. It's about accuracy and timing, about reading your opponent and seizing that perfect moment to strike. And then, of course, there's the human body's reaction. A knockout punch works by disrupting the brain's functions. A solid hit to the jaw can cause the head to rotate suddenly, shaking the brain and temporarily shutting down the body's motor and sensory functions. It's brutal, it's effective, and it's what makes the knockout punch such a powerful tool in a fighter's arsenal. But at the heart of it all is the will to win. The drive, the determination, the burning desire to stand victorious. That's what fuels a fighter, what pushes them to deliver that knockout punch. In the blink of an eye, a well-placed punch can end a fight and etch a fighter's name in the annals of UFC history. A knockout is more than just a win. It's a statement, a show of dominance that reverberates far beyond the octagon. When the referee calls the fight and raises the victor's hand, the impact of the knockout has only just begun. For the triumphant fighter, it's a heady mix of adrenaline, relief, and the sweet taste of victory. But it's also a stepping stone, a moment that can catapult a career from the ranks of the promising to the pantheon of the greats. Consider the emotional high, the sense of achievement. A knockout is an affirmation of countless hours of grueling training, of sacrifices made, and the relentless pursuit of being the best. It's a validation of their skill, their power, their strategy. It's a moment where they stand alone, victorious, atop the pinnacle of one of the most physically demanding sports in the world. But what of the fighter who wakes up on the canvas, the echoes of the crowd still ringing in their ears? For them, a knockout can be a brutal wake-up call, a stark reminder of the ferocity of the sport they've chosen. It's a moment of introspection, a time to reassess, to regroup, and to come back stronger. It's a testament to their resilience, their courage, and their undying spirit. And then there's the ripple effect. Every knockout sends shockwaves through the sport. It influences strategies, inspires up-and-coming fighters, and redefines what's possible inside the octagon. It keeps the sport evolving, keeps it fresh, keeps it exciting. A knockout can be a game changer, not just for the fighters involved, but for the sport as a whole. It's a moment that becomes part of the history, the lore of the sport, etched forever in the annals of UFC. In the brutal and beautiful world of UFC, the knockout remains the most spectacular testament to a fighter's prowess, forever echoing in the heartbeats of fans worldwide.